Good evening, everyone. I, too, will be making some forward-looking statements. I encourage you to become familiar with that. I'm going to start kind of the opposite order from Joe. Let me just start first with our capital structure. We trade on the NYSE American and the TSX stock exchanges under the symbol VGZ. We have 122.8 million shares issued and outstanding, 19 million in cash at the end of third quarter, no debt. Down in the lower part of the slide here, you see our largest shareholders, Sun Valley Gold being one of those. At Vista Gold, we are building value based on the strengths of our Mount Todd gold project. We have demonstrated technical and financial strength of this deposit through a feasibility study of a large-scale development plan. Recently, we announced that we're going to undertake a feasibility study targeting a smaller initial start to the project. This is going to we're going to raise the cutoff grade. We're targeting 1 gram per ton as the reserve grade. Production at that rate of 15,000 tons a day will be between 150 and 200,000 ounces of gold per year. And we're seeking to achieve about a 60% reduction in the capital costs and are targeting an initial capex of $400 million. We're positioning Mount Todd as one of the leading development opportunities, while at the same time exercising the discipline necessary to best realize value at the right time. Now, earlier in 2024, we announced an updated feasibility study. We revised our 2022 feasibility study with first quarter 2024 costs. And you see a little bit of the summary of that feasibility study across the page. We have 7 million ounces of reserves. It's 280 million tons at a grade of 0.77 grams per ton. We estimate that the average annual production the first half of the life of the project will be 479,000 ounces of gold per year, 92.2% recovery with an all-in sustaining cost of $961 an ounce. However, that comes with a price tag of about $1 billion for the initial capex. Hence the decision that caused us to rethink the size of the initial start of the project. The project itself is located in the Northern Territory of Australia, which what the Australians call the top end of Australia, or 250 kilometers southeast of the capital and port city of Darwin, about 10 kilometers east of the Stuart Highway. We have amazing infrastructure. I'll point out some of that here in a minute. There's opportunities for resource expansion with open extensions of the Batman deposit itself, as well as adjacent and extending mineralized structures that tend to the northeast. We're going to talk just briefly about the exploration package that we have, which is just shy of 1,600 square kilometers. And I'm pleased to report that we enjoy very strong support from local communities and the Aboriginal community, which the Jawoyn people actually own all of the surface land in our project area. So just kind of give you an idea what the project looks like right now. This is a project, a brownfields project. It operated in the 1990s. You see the Batman pit. This is the host to the deposit here on the left side of the picture. The deposit itself is a sheeted vein system. The mineralized core or mineralized zone that comprises width of 200 to 300 meters, depth to 600 meters from the surface, and a strike length of 1.6 kilometers, trending pretty much in line with the existing pit, kind of along this line here. Because this is a brownfield site, we enjoy some things like paved roads to the site, power lines to the site, a freshwater storage reservoir, tailings facility with capacity for roughly a third of our present reserves, and a plant site that has been leveled and is ready to build on. Now, I'd like to propose 3 reasons why we think that Vista Gold price or share value is going to increase substantially, and they're summarized in this slide in the following 2. One, looking at doing a 2-year look back at the way share price and gold prices performed. what you see is that the producers, the senior producers, are up about 80% over that 2-year period. Gold price is up 50%. And developers like Vista Gold are lagging the gold price. We, over that 2-year period, were up about 40%. But as a group, we broke even. We believe that with time that there will be a correction and that the developers, the explorers' value will increase as the gold price remains constant and improves. And certainly well-advanced projects and companies like Vista will rise above that. Second, as an industry, we produce a little over 3,000 tons of gold on an annual basis. And yet, based on research completed and announced by S&P Global Market Intelligence, the number of major project discoveries has been declining. And they define major deposits as deposits that are greater than 2 million ounces at initial discovery or that have produced more than 2 million ounces since discovery. What you see on this slide is that in the last decade of the 1990s, there were 182 discoveries that qualified as major discoveries. In the first decade of this century, that number dropped to 120. The period of time from 2010 to 2019, the number dropped to 42. And since the start of 2020, there have been 5. We cannot continue to produce 3,000 plus tons of gold per year if we're not discovering it. And so what does that mean for Mount Todd? Projects like Mount Todd with 7 million ounces of reserves are going to become more in demand, more valuable, and we believe that that will be an additional driver of value for Vista shareholders. Third, we believe, and I believe many of you believe, that we are in a strong and rising gold price environment. We talked about the economics of the Mount Todd project at a base of $1,800 gold, which is what we used last January or February. Today at $2,700 an ounce, the NPV of the project at a 5% discount rate is $3.3 billion. And if the gold price goes to $3,000, that becomes $4 billion. We believe that as we continue to do things to demonstrate that Mount Todd can be built more efficiently, more economically, that more of this value will be realized. And with 122 million shares issued and outstanding, that translates into a lot of value for Vista shareholders. Now, I don't think that a discussion about a mining project anywhere in the world is complete without some discussion of the company's commitment to ESG principles. And I'm happy to report that environmentally we have a tremendous record in the Northern Territory of Australia. We practice transparent environmental management programs. We've successfully treated and discharged over 11 million cubic meters of acidic rock drainage through an award-winning management program. We have all of the permits for the project already approved. Our EIS has been approved. Our mining management plan, or what we would call an operating permit here in North America, has already been approved. We have a federal environmental authorization that's been approved. We have what's called an Aboriginal Areas Protection Authority certificate that's already been approved. So we are well advanced, and truly the project is ready to build. On the social side, we place a high degree of importance on safety. Our team has now completed 3 years without a lost time accident. Our relationship with the Jaw and Aboriginal people is exceptional. Governance-wise, we seek to be in leading in best practices. Exploration, we have 1,600 square kilometers of exploration land that surrounds our mining licenses. Our geologists have identified targets that we could spend $30 or $40 million on exploration on the exploration licenses just to test all the targets that they've identified. But with 9 million total ounce of resource at the Batman deposit, we're focused on that, but there's tremendous opportunity. Let me just close with this. I just want to remind you that Mount Todd is a fully permitted, large, high-quality gold deposit in a tremendous jurisdiction. We've started a feasibility study, started in December. It's focused on higher reserve grade, lower capital costs, maintaining production, and providing the opportunity for scalability. And so I'll leave you with that, and thank you for your attention.